We are live and it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday and we are ready for the day. I was talking to someone and they were asking about patience. Patience, when you hear the word, is a lot like it has the same feeling as hope, it has the same feeling as try. It is implying something other than what you want it to. Because remember, to try is to, you may or may not, right? You might not do it. To hope, it may or may not happen. Patience, well, you'll be waiting. I've been waiting, right? Waiting. That's all we're doing is waiting. But get this, patience does not imply that you are waiting for something to happen. It has already happened. You see, because when people talk about manifestation and they're waiting for their thing to show up, waiting for it to materialize, you see that space in there where we have a desire and then we experience the desire, that space in there, people think, oh, I'm waiting for this to happen. And it may or may not. Well, this is when you have just figured out that you're not actually waiting for anything. You're hoping that it happens. We've got to be able to differentiate between the two. Let me give you an example. If you say, I want, I don't know, what do people want? They want money, they want a relationship, they want health. You know what I'm saying? They want a career. Those are the things that humanity, that's what they want. Peace of mind, those kinds of things. But what we don't get is, you see that principle of correspondence? As within, so without. You have to become the seed for that thing that you want to experience. Because we look at objects, we don't know how to become objects. Well, how do I become a car? How do I become a job? How do I become this? It's an attitude. If you had your dream car, if you had your dream career, if you had your dream relationship, your ideal relationship, what mental attitude would you be in? And the reason why that is so important is because it puts patience into perspective. Patience is a lot like hope. We have the song that one of my old best friends years ago taught me. Have patience, don't be in such a hurry, 'cause when you lose patience, you only start to worry. Remember, remember that God is patient too. Just think of all the others who just have to wait on you. See that song? Have patience. Wait. Wait. If you develop the attitude of waiting, well, as within, so without. So, what is patience? Patience then should be reconfigured for us to comprehend that it is what you say it is. You're not waiting for it to happen for you to believe in it. This is this is the issue with waiting. You are waiting. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to see it so you can believe it. This is why the frustration is there. You don't wait to see it, then to believe it. You have to know that all things are possible. And they're only possible because you are the seed of it. That's what makes it possible. But what do? We sit here and go, well, I want this. Well, then become it. How do you become something so that you stop from, I'll see it, I'll believe it when I see it. That's how we use patience. We use patience and we think we're being smart. This is why I keep telling you, people say, oh, you could trick the mind. No, you can't. You cannot trick your mind into anything. It already knows what you want to do. So how you gonna trick it? Oh, I'm gonna pretend I'm this. I'm gonna pretend I'm that. You have already told yourself what you're going to do. So how can you fool yourself? You cannot trick yourself. That makes us delusional. To think that we can fool ourselves. You cannot. So when we say, well, I'm waiting for this thing to manifest, secretly, you are waiting to see it so you will believe it. That's what you're waiting for. And that's why there's a frustration. So, how do you stop yourself from falling into that trap of waiting for something to happen so that you'll believe it? You have to come to the point of knowing. One of the greatest ways to test yourself is to catch it when you say, what a coincidence. A coincidence, because there's no such thing, it is the principle of correspondence. What is a coincidence that we say? When you encounter the thing that you were thinking about, as within, so without. And if you realize, right, when you realize that you can say, oh, what a coincidence. I was just thinking about you. That's your cue to say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's what I had inside. And look at how easy and nonchalant it was. Exactly. You were just living life naturally. But when we, quote unquote, try to be patient, there's a lot of forcing going on. There's a lot of forcing going on. We're trying to force ourselves into a particular mindset. You don't have to force yourself into any mindset. Just live. And the mindset is always going to be there. So if you say, well, I'm just tired of waiting for this thing to happen. Yeah, listen to what you just said. I'm tired of waiting. Because you are wanting. Look at that mental attitude. It is a mental attitude of lack. This is why we don't see it, because it's not even that it is masked, We're so busy with everything else that we do not listen to ourselves. I'm so tired of waiting for this to happen. You know what? It's not even real. It's just a load of hooey. Look at your mental attitude and you will see why you're still waiting. Because the mental attitude, and people say, but Angela, are you saying I just got to believe harder? No, one does not have to believe harder. One needs to know. If I ask you, what's your name? Say my name, say my name. If I ask you what your name is, oh, I hope I remember my name. You know your name, do you not? You know it. See that certainty? You know it. This is what, there's that certainty that you develop mentally. The mental attitude of certainty says to you, as I am, so shall I be in the world. That's your certainty, and you already know it, because when we go out into the world, some would say, "Ooh, I'm so excited today. I'm so happy today. Oh my God. I cannot wait to see how this day unfolds because I am so excited." And you have that attitude that everything's going to be all right. And you just have a certainty and you go about the day. And what happens? A whole bunch of beautiful things. Okay, so one of those things might go, oh, and you go, oh my, well, that's a little spicy. I didn't plan for that. But you see how you manage it, right? It doesn't break you. You just go, oh man, I know what that is. And you recoordinate, recalibrate the self, your mental attitude. But if you get up and you say, somebody gonna catch these hands. You know when somebody says, who peed in your cornflakes? What, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? You hear those things? That's telling you that that mental attitude is real. Oh, you know somebody gonna catch these hands. I'm gonna cuss somebody out today. Why? You're absolutely certain of the present mental attitude you walk under. So it is not necessarily the positive thinking. It is the certainty. It is the knowing. So when you know, well, that's how you act. Period. So now you're not waiting because you know that as I am, then I should be. So now you're not waiting, you're not hoping. You don't have to be patient because you already know what you know. And so you just go about living your life and the thing shows up and you clutch your pearls and you go, "Oh, I was that's the thing I was looking for." For instance, I had one of those it's like a little wallet, right? It has little slots in it. It's metallic. You push the button and it opens up. Now I had one of those and it started to fall apart. And I said, "Ooh, girl, I need me a new one." And that's just what I said to myself. I need a new one. And for the life of me, do you think I can remember how I got onto that conversation with a coworker? I do not remember how I got onto the conversation. But she said to me, "Oh my gosh, I have one of those." I remember now, I had it in my pocket and I took it out. And she goes, "Oh my God, that's pink. That is so pretty." I said, "I know." I said, "But it's falling apart." She goes, "I have one. I have an extra one that I don't use. I'll bring it for you." The next day I had a new one. I was just living my life. And we were just having a conversation in passing. And I said, and she was like, "Oh, it is so pretty because it's pink. You know your girl." All shades of pink and purple and lavenders. That's my world. Okay, that is my color palette. I digress. And she just loved it. And wouldn't you know, hers is more of a really dark magenta, almost red, still in the same color scheme. So I still in my same color scheme. Coincidence, you say? No. I actually wanted that thing. I didn't have to hope for it. I didn't have to wait for it. It was just there. Because when you uh are living life just so freely without, I want to use the word encumbrances because it's just popped into my head. I have to look it up because I know what it means, but um a claim, lien, or liability attached to a real property, blah, 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 blah. It commonly signifies financial burdens or legal restrictions that affect ownership transfers, impediment, a burden, a hindrance, restriction, right? That's what I was just thinking about. I just said, just in passing, because I knew I was going to get another, whether I bought it myself or not. I knew, I was certain I was going to get it. Okay. Because that's the word you're looking for. It's the certainty. So this is why patience trips a lot of people up. We want to convince ourselves that we are patiently waiting for this thing to show up, when in actuality, you are patiently waiting for it to show up so you can believe that it is real. That's why. There's a lack of certainty in one's self. I know that's something we might not want to hear on this glorious day, but that's where we struggle. Because in one breath we keep saying, "Ah, this is too hard. There's not enough." Like I couldn't even watch it yesterday. Somebody posted this chick having a total meltdown about how she was tired of being single and tired of being alone and hating it. And I'm thinking to myself, look at the mental attitude. Like there was such a fear and such an anger and a frustration. And she's crying. And we talking that snot cry. And she's just having a meltdown. And I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be AI because ain't nobody behaving like this in the world. But I digress. Perhaps she was real. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, but that's why. You want something, and you want it so desperately that you cannot see you are in a position of wanting, of lack. And here you are saying, I'm tired of being patient. They aren't any good men. How are you going to find a good man when you have not defined and clarified who you are? It has nothing to do with the man that you want. It has everything to do with you, though, because it is your life. He will fit into your life because of who and what you are. So you're not patiently waiting. Waiting is not an idle thing. People forget that you have to live life. You're living. You get up, you go out, you live, you interact. But I'm afraid of people. So you think this man's gonna slide down your chimney and you have to leave him milk and cookies? Oh, Bernie Mac. But you hear what I'm saying to you? We have deceived ourselves into thinking that patience is a virtue. When in actuality, the way we do patience in the world is from a lack mentality. You want to wait to see if it actually happens. Well, then you're going to be waiting for a long time. Why? Because as within, so without. So you must be certain. You must be certain of who and what you are. Period. You just have to be sure of yourself. Yesterday, I went to work and my boss, my boss is hilarious. I don't even know, but he said something to me. And of course, I said, but no, that's not right. And then he was. And I said, oh, I said, what a way to start the morning. Yeah. I said, here I am just arguing with you. And he says, I know. I said, well, the good news is I caught it, didn't I? I said, I can see that I'm arguing with you. Right. He humors me. He really does. He's funny. But to be able to recognize oneself, you've got to be able to recognize your mental attitude and to be honest with it. People say, well, I'm just trying this to see if it works. When in actuality, manifestation happens all day, every day. All manifest means is to show on the outside what is inside. You doubt me? Get on a plane. They have a list called a what? A manifest. Go on a cruise. They have a list called a what? A manifest. Well, what does that list entail? It says George is on the list. Oh, look, there's George in the boat. There's George in the plane. As within the plane, so on the list, right? It's a manifest. It just simply shows what is contained within. So your mental attitude is always showing itself to you on a daily basis. Always. And it's not showing itself to you because, I'm going to see if I can ruffle your feathers today. That's not why you see your mental attitude. You see your mental attitude so you can check yourself and say, oh, is that who I am today? Oh my. Perhaps I should just, shuffle that a little bit. Right? That's all it's there for. And the mental attitude that you occupy, okay, most frequently, habitually, is how your life will go. So what are you waiting on? It's nothing to do with waiting. It is a matter of observation and recognition. You observe your mental attitude so you can recognize what you are doing to see that they match. So then we'll stop saying things like, but I always get the opposite of what I want. No, you can't get the opposite of what you want. Mental attitudes always line up with physical experiences. That is another part later on this week, because a lot of people say, "Well, I didn't choose that experience." You did not choose that experience out of a hat. That experience corresponds with the mental attitude. Period. So remember that when we say, "Well, how much longer do I need to be patient?" Well, that already tells you that you're being impatient. You in a hurry because you're worried, because there's fear, but we're not willing to admit that to ourselves. You have to be able to recognize it. And again, it is not a punishment to observe oneself and how you talk to yourself. How are you possibly going to tell yourself, "I'm a loser, baby"? What are you going to tell that to yourself and expect somebody to look at you and go, "Oh my God, like you're so like amazing"? They don't match. You can't walk around believing yourself to be a loser and then having this life that says you're not. As you say you are, that's what you are in the world. So check yourself. How are you talking to yourself? And here's the thing. I've told you many times before. Not every voice you hear in your head is yours. Whose is it? It is a memory of somebody saying something stupid to you, and you just happen to recall it because you're in that mental mood, so it comes back. It's up to you now to believe what you hear in your head. This is why, when you are deliberate, you're the one who's got the mental conversation going deliberately. And then you're not out here in these streets remembering what somebody said about you. You're not remembering how somebody made you feel because you are deliberately filling your mind with something else, your own mental attitude. And because you're so busy doing that, you would realize I have this turn off that I take every morning. And yesterday was a little slippery. And I turned the corner. I said, "Listen, I am looking for that gap. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to get right over." And I turned onto that ramp and I shoulder checked and there was nobody that they were like way back there. The gap was huge. I'm just driving. It's one of the ways to practice actually. And then you're dealing with a slippery situation like these roads, you got to be able to look at the flashing walk lights. They'll tell you what you need to know. If that's a fresh green, like a fresh green will have a white walk sign, at least for us here. That fresh green light to go will have a walk sign going in the same direction. That's your cue. But the minute it starts flashing and there's ice, just start gearing down. Some of them will give you a countdown, some of them won't. But to be able to recognize what is happening and acting accordingly. This is what I'm wanting to convey to you. So when you recognize yourself and you listen to what you're saying, "Oh, but I'm waiting." What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You don't wait for things to happen. Listen to that again. Don't wait for things to happen. Check the mental attitude. I know that Habakkuk 2 verse 3 or Habakkuk 3 verse 2 says every vision has its appointed hour. It will ripen, it will flower. If it be long, wait. It will not be late. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. It will not be late. It doesn't say in there that you have to wait for it. It says every vision has its appointed hour. There is a measure of certainty in that statement. So what do you need to have in your heart? The certainty that who you are is what you will experience. It is the certainty, nothing else. And if you go through life, you will recognize that you are always certain. Oh, you are always certain, my beautiful friends. Check it and you'll see for yourself. Check it and you will see it for yourself. You are always certain. Always. You are always certain. Oh, but Angela, that's not true. Check it and you'll see it for yourself. You go through life with certainty. It is when you try and convince yourself that you're uncertain. You can only be certain because that is how we live. That is where we live from. We live from the certainty of who and what we are. Remember that commercial? A deodorant commercial? Sure, unsure. Yeah. There's a measure of certainty. But where does that certainty come from? It comes from the knowing. It comes from the knowing. What do you know? You know that you have to reap what you've sown. That is not up for negotiation. It's like we can't negotiate our way out of that one. You reap what you sow every single time. You reap what you've sown. Are you sure about that? And your response would be, well, yeah. So where else are you certain? That is what one looks at. Because with that certainty comes a peace of mind. But the moment we start engaging with, but I'm not sure, now that mental attitude brings confusion, cause and effect. And we tend to look towards the uncertainty more than we look towards what we are certain about. Walk with a mental attitude of certainty, and your external experiences will confirm it. If you walk with a mental attitude of uncertainty, you will be met with plenty of doubt and fretting and worrying and hoping and wishing. So don't get patience caught up with something else. That's it's just one of those words, like I said, like hope or trying. It does something to you and you hear it. Like it literally does something to your body when you hear, oh yeah, I'm just waiting. Let me see how this thing pans out. Well, what do you mean how it pans out? Your mental attitude will tell you how it's going to pan out. And we keep waiting. And then in that waiting, we become frustrated. Oh, look, there's another mental attitude, frustration. Man, this doesn't work. This is stupid. Ah, there's always some kind of a clause, always some kind of a disclaimer. May or may not work. And we get mad and we feel as if we've been deceived or lied to, when in actuality, your mental attitude is just laying out for you what you've given it permission to do. So, how does one get past that? Always go to something that you're certain about. It could be, I'm certain that this is the color blue. As long as you are certain, it is irrelevant what you are certain about. Just walk with certainty. Certainty in your mental attitude brings about certainty in the outside world. This is the beauty of mirror neurons. Everything is here at our disposal to use to make ourselves whatever you want to make yourself into be. It's already there. So all you got to do is to be certain. Now I'm certain that I don't eat dot, dot, dot. Just don't associate the certainty with something, right? You can use it to feel the certainty, but then let go what it's attached to. Does that make sense? Okay, so you are certain. Well, I'm certain that when you don't see a speed limit sign, it's 50. That's you're certain because we learned that for driving. We're certain about that. Okay, now don't worry about the 50 kilometers in an unmarked zone. Just be certain. Just be certain. You can use something to stimulate your certainty, to feel certainty, but then release what that thing is that you're certain about. You don't have to associate certainty with a thing. Like you're certain that I'm going to be here at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, just be certain. Not that I'll be here, but just be certain. So, does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Because what we do is we say we want to associate this with this. No, just get the feeling of certainty. And the way to get the feeling of certainty is to go within and find something that you are certain about. And when you find the feeling of certainty, let go of the thing. All you did was use it. All you did was use it to trigger certainty. That's all you're doing, triggering yourself to feel certainty. Like how sometimes I can be triggered when when I see a room titled "Are women worth it?" and I'm like, "Oh, wow." And I get wound up. And I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness." I heard somebody say yesterday verbatim. He goes, "Man, you just got to know how to check your bitch." What? No, you know your girl was triggered. I said, "Check your who?" I said, "Oh, he can't be serious. He can't be for real. This is how you see women." I said, "Oh Lord." And then he wonders why he struggles. Because he is certain that women are bitches. He's certain of that thing. So he can't be made a liar of. So he will have to encounter bitches wherever he goes. So what I'm saying to you is just get the feeling of certainty and do it naturally. If you are in pain, okay, in your body, you're certain that that pain is there, right? It may be difficult to jump and say, "Well, I am healed." Then you're looking at your body and you're like, "Oh, but ow." So that's when you go to something natural. You don't have to fake it or reach for it or force it. Just find something you are certain of. And in that certainty has an effect. You will bring about those effects of certainty. Okay? So it is just like when I say, "But Angela, patience with manifesting?" Yeah, you don't need patience with manifesting. Patience entails having to wait. And if you have to wait, ask yourself, what are you waiting for? I can hear her pecking at the bottom of the empty bowl. Jesus. These chickens. She is certain that that bowl is empty. Okay. And she's also certain that I will be there to fill it up. So, patience implies having to wait and you don't have it. You lack it. That is what patience entails. That's the mental attitude of lack. You don't sit at the green light and go, "Well, hopefully, no. You know that the light is going to go green. You know that it's going to go red. You know it's going to flip the amber. You know. You're certain. Anyway, the mental attitude of patience is lack. Test yourselves. I only share with you, but you have to test yourself. Test yourself. Test yourself. Who's here with us this morning? Hello. Oh, I gotta cut some bread. Ow. Oh, hello, K-Frame. I see you here in these YouTube streets. I see you. Melly Mel. Miss Liza, darling, Mr. Stafford Jr. Oh, perhaps you're here, ray of sunshine. The better man. I see you in these YouTube streets. Jeff. Beloved Love Troll is hanging out with us in the Twitter sphere. Hey. I see you. I see you, beloved Love Troll. Miss McQueen. Miss Deborah. Ray. DJ Rick. Summer Rose. I see you all. But I trust that we won't walk in that space where we try to deceive ourselves. Because you can't fool yourself. Okay. I learned that from my granddaddy at a very young age when I was in frills and pigtails. No, not a white girl. Frills and Afro puffs. Okay. You can fool somebody, but you can't fool yourself. Can't fool yourself. And that's what we do when we say, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the right opportunity. Waiting for the right opportunity says you don't have that right opportunity. But if you were certain of the right opportunity, that's the difference. So replace patience with certainty. I could have said all of that in just that one phrase 37 minutes ago. Replace patience with certainty. Ugh. You know what? Thanks for showing up. I think, seriously, replace patience with certainty, and you'll see how quickly your life just is beautiful. More beautiful. I wonder what Charlie will do today. My sweet little Charlie. If you don't know who Charlie is, well, you're missing out. Charlie is my boss's dog. And every morning, if Charlie's there at the office about 10:05, he's gonna come running to me and he will do his dance and he will bark and he will say, and I will gotta get my shoes and my jacket and my scarf and my mittens and get his leash because we got to go. That's Charlie. I am certain of that. And there's never a dull moment. I don't know what it was, but something changed within me when I met Charlie. Something changed within me. I learned to allow. Oh, yes. I learned to allow. Charlie has full control. He has a on his leash, you can hold it. Well, I just slip it over my wrist. I don't yank him. I don't do anything. He walks, and whatever pace he walks at, I pick up my pace. If he stops, I stop. I just let him be who he is. And in that space of allowing, I'm not allowing him. I'm allowing me. It's nothing to do with the dog. It was it was such an interesting observation. And Charlie listens. I say, Charlie, wait. I need to put this on. He will sit there and he will wait for me. If he goes downstairs and I need him upstairs, Charlie, come upstairs, and he will come up the stairs. I had to learn something. There was something, and I've never owned a dog because anybody got time for that? Walking a dog in the cold. But here I am. Here I am walking a dog in the cold. But but there's just something I learned about myself from that experience. Every day I learn an aspect of myself just by being with Charlie and understanding that he's a great communicator. And all I have to do is listen to what he's saying. He barks or he howls when he's sad. Oh, yeah, my little Pookie. He howls when he's sad. And so I get on the floor with him. Yes. So I've learned something. I've learned to observe and how to act when I do that observation. I keep telling you, we can learn from every facet of life, but you're not learning about them. You're learning you, because you are the impetus of life. That's what you are. And I always look forward to him being there. Always. And the way his whole body just wags when he walks. He's something else. He is just so lovely. What a temperament. Oh, yes. And so you see, my beautiful friends, why'd I tell you that? Because the point is this: it is always you. And if you are patient, if you are patient with yourself, what does that mean? What does that look like? It means have the certainty to know that when one is learning, there will be ups and there will be, wait, let's say it the right way, there will be ebbs and there will be flows. We are certain of that. So as you are learning, go with the ebb and flow. We fumble, yes. But for the love of God and all things, get up. You are just learning. And we are always in a state of learning and teaching simultaneously. Always. Anywho, that is what I will tell you. I got to go cut this bread. Is there frost on the car? Hold on. Yes, ma'am. It is frosty. I was going to say it's frosty as hell, but it's not. It's as frosty as the Arctic. I tell you, Angela, you need Jesus. But I digress. So, when you go out into the world today, my beautiful friends, what are you certain of? Just be certain, and you will eradicate having to wait. And see, we can't get our minds past that right now because we're always, if you look at it, we're always waiting for something. We're always waiting for something. But if you were busy living life, you would realize that you're not waiting for anything, are you? Think about that. People say, living paycheck to paycheck, right? Why? Because they busy. A watch pot never boils. They busy waiting for that. So it seems like it takes a long time to get there. Are you certain you're getting paid or not? You know what? Too soon. The fan base, we don't know. I digress. But are you certain you're getting paid? Of course you are. So what do you have to wait for it? You already know because you're certain and it's always coming. It always comes like clockwork. Every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, monthly, weekly, quarterly. So then you're just busy doing something else and you're not focused on that. You're not in that space of lack anymore because you're living. You know what? I think I have said all there is to say. As Shirley Chisholm would say, ugly dog then. Okay? Meaning you don't beat a dead horse. It's over. It is done. I have said enough. You are picking up what I'm laying down. How are you going to test it? Here's a very simple exercise you can do every moment of the day. Catch yourself when you say, what a coincidence. Catch yourself when you say, what a coincidence. You know what that means? It means you have just encountered the principle of correspondence. As within, so without. The thing that you were thinking or feeling on the inside, you are now experiencing on the outside. So what's that tell you? It will show you. It will show you. Well, this thing was just inside of here. It is. Whoa, what? This is a coincidence. Nah, it's correspondence. As within, so without. So practice now. Practice getting within so you can see it on the outside. It's a game. It's a game that you play. This is how children learn, is through play. So play a little. Hello, you learn much when you play. And look, don't go out there trying to choke this thing off talking about, ooh, what's the coincidence? Nah, just recognize it when it happens because you're living naturally. Just recognize it. And I think I've said all there is to be said. Okay. Oh, Miss McQueen, thank you. I have all these birthday wishes in the chat. Today is the day that my mother remembers her first cesarean. That's what today is. And how many years ago was that, mother? 30. Ain't no shame in my game, baby. Anywho, thank you for all the birthday wishes and all the birthday love. Hello. It's nice. It's nice. I'm going to go feed my chickens and get some birthday hugs and kisses from them too. Oh, the lady did not lay an egg yesterday, but we can anticipate, because I am certain she will lay a dozen, between 9 and a dozen. I'm certain of that. She's never less than 9 or more than 12. So we right in here. Oh, coming. Hello, Miss Deborah.
Good morning. Happy birthday.
Why, thank you, darling. Thank you.
I have a question. I have a
Yes.
comment, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm getting ready to ask, but I hear what you're saying about patience. I hear what you're saying about frustration. Patience actually can absolutely mean a lack or a belief that a state of mind that you're in want. But can you really be certain of anything in life? You can't be certain that you're going to get paid on payday. You can't be certain that you're going to wake up in the morning. You can't be certain of anything. Um, so that leaves me with a little bit of a dilemma. I hear what you're saying and I agree with it, but like you can't lie to yourself and your mind won't accept it. So is there another word other than be certain to counter patience?
What a beautiful way to put it. But here's the rub. You just said you can't be certain of anything. That is a certainty. That is certainty right there. That is
Okay, but you can't lay any faith to that.
one does not need faith. The certainty is this. You just said, as Confucius says also, you can't be certain of anything. You're not certain that you're going to wake up in the morning, right?
Right.
So if you are not certain of you're not going to wake up in the morning, what are you certain of? You're certain of the fact that you've got this moment. This moment is what we've got. So this is what we're certain of. We're not certain of, I might not wake up tomorrow, but I'm certain I'm here now. So instead of putting the attention on what we are not certain of, you put the attention upon that which we are certain of, so that when you are focused, you're focused on certainty, not uncertainty. And focused on certainty and the knowing brings about the effects of certainty and knowing. Focused on the uncertainty brings about its own effects.
I get the principle, and I agree with you that the only thing that is certain is the present moment. Beyond that, um, I'm having a little bit of an issue with, um, not from a negative place, but just trying to get an understanding of the mindset. I do understand that as within. So I do believe in mental rehearsal. I know all the principles and put them into practice and get manifestation. But when one uses the word certain, um, and in some of the examples that you used, it was like, can I be certain that you're going to get paid on payday? Can you be certain that, of anything other than this present moment?
Sorry, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. Um, but that's exactly what I'm saying to you. The only place to be mentally is in that place of certainty, which you just explained so beautifully. And I love it, Miss Deborah. You're only certain of right here, right now. If our attention, because where you put your attention, we know expands. So if you put your attention upon that certainty of, I may not guarantee tomorrow, but I'm here right now. You put that mental attitude right there in that certainty, you will live your life in a completely different way, because you're not. I've noticed some people, they're not living, they're just waiting to die, because that's the rub. We want to look at the things that we are uncertain of, but that is not the right direction, because if you are focused on the things that you're uncertain of, you're walking in a place of uncertainty. So just be certain of what it is. And that's why I said don't attach the certainty to anything, just grasp the certainty itself. If you are certain that we only have this moment, you're certain. Move the moment. Don't worry about the moment. Grasp the fact that you're certain, instead of being certain that you only have the moment. Just be certain. Just be certainty. Don't be certainty in the moment. Be certainty itself. So it is taking us from a place of identifying ourselves with something. So Neville Goddard says, when you're just I am, it is unconditioned. Don't condition your certainty with we only have this moment. Don't condition the certainty. Just be certainty itself. Because that is what, but you see, the brain is intriguing in that when it feels as if it has no anchor, which is uncertainty, when the brain doesn't have that anchor to say, oh, but I'm sure of this. Oh, it it does something. It tries to find something to latch on to. That's where identity comes from, where we say, oh, but I'm not certain of that. And it feels better to say, well, I'm not certain of that, than it is to say, I'm certain of this. So the brain is very interesting, and that's why we struggle with that one thing, is to say, well, not to condition it. Don't don't condition it with anything. Just be certainty itself. We've got to be able to get to that point where we're just certainty itself, as opposed to like love. We associate love with things and people and dogs and chickens and mates and whatnot. We've conditioned the love. But what if you were just love itself? Don't condition it. Just be it. That's the part that we struggle with as humanity, because we want to condition it. We want to give it meaning, but we can't give meaning to what already is meaning itself. Let me know if that makes more sense. Because I know, like,
I hear you. I hear you, and I agree. And that is a good perspective. The other word that you used early on was frustration, because now I do struggle with that, because I'm just one of those people that believe in getting stuff done. And when it comes to just me getting something done, I get it done. But then, sometimes you have to interact with other people and they may not have the same focus, and, they may be dragging their feet or whatever. And that frustrates me to no end. That is one thing that I do struggle with in some kind of way. Patience and frustration almost seems like two sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear what you say about certainty. I hear what you're saying about uh, the reality of having it now. But when it comes to getting things accomplished, and having to deal with something outside of myself, I do struggle with that.
Mm. Frustration is, it's exactly the same. It really is. And at first, it's struggling with frustration like that. For me, I can say I get distracted a little bit easy. Right? So when I'm just focused and Charlie comes up and he's ready to go outside, I learned to not be frustrated. Why? Because it gave me, and listen, it doesn't matter how cold it is outside. Girl, it was so blustery the other day and we outside. I was bundled up, mind you, but I learned, Angela, it's okay. Go out, take a break, just breathe, just take a break. Go out and enjoy his temperament and take a break. And that's what helped me to get through the frustration, because what would be the point? You already know that you're going to get your task accomplished. And working with other people and seeing frustration within yourself, it's not them. It's not them. If it's giving rise, oh yes, Miss Deborah, if the frustration is giving rise, like, I don't like dishes in the sink. Noah doesn't like to do dishes more than twice a day. So there's going to be dishes in the sink. And I used to just go livid because I don't like dishes in the sink. But when he says to me, Ma, I'm not about washing dishes 3, 4, 5 times a day. I will let them get to a certain point and I will do them. So I had to observe, because his word is bond. He does them. And so my frustration eased in the fact that it was me. I was the one with the problem. He wasn't moving fast enough for me. But his logic was sound. His logic was sound. And so my frustration fizzled out. So if you know that you have to work with other people, don't go into it with, oh man, because that is going to give rise. You are certain that when you're working with other people, there would be ebbs and flows. That's it. So when you go into it with that attitude, now people seem to work a little smoother and a little faster. That's what I say about frustration. It's an internal thing. It's not it's not a it's not a judgment or anything. It's just a way for us to check. Oh, I see how I get when I am having to work with other people. I see how I get. And the way you get is the way they have to behave, because it is your world that they're in. So they're going to play the role you give them. So if you say I'm frustration right now, so they're going to have to come in and do something to exacerbate that frustration. So just know that working with people has its ebbs and flows. And it doesn't happen overnight. It is just an observation and a recognition. You are not the frustration. Do you understand? You've identified yourself with the frustration. You've anchored yourself to it. So,
I hear you, and that's why I minimize things that are important to me. I minimize whoever else is involved with it. I try not to put anything that's really important to me. I usually leave it in my hands because I know I'm going to get it done. But it has been something that I struggled with because people are not always as committed or dedicated as you are to whatever the situation is, whether it's in business or even relationships. I can't really use relationships because I don't deal with people like that. But yeah, frustration and irritation and just want to snatch a natural. Just get it done. Stop talking about it and actually do it. Yeah, I do find myself struggling with that.
And it's just practice is all it is. When you catch it, you flip it right away. And it gets easier because then you realize you create a habit. And some would say, oh, that's avoidant. No, you do not avoid your situation. You observe it and then you choose, how do I want to be in this moment? And the more you practice that, now you create the habit of being in that place versus being in the place of being triggered. It's just, I know I make it sound easy, but it is. And all it is, it just takes, you just have to start. Ray.
Good morning. Happy birthday, Angela.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray.
Angela, Miss Green, and DJ. Wow. Actually, Angela, your loan is the only loan. I mean, is in the good atmosphere or the mindset without the, without the arguing. You know, I mean, the argument, debating, something. Unlike other loan, rather than I don't know. In other loan, people always blame each other, something like that. Even though, I mean, they can agree with other people's opinion, but they can just keep quiet, right? They're always fighting. What I mean is, but this loan, no fighting. I mean, the market is good.
Well, thank you, Ray. Because, listen, to yes, sir.
I'm getting ready to fight right now if that thing crows.
Listen,
I am putting my boxing gloves on because it's on my nerve, my entire nervous system.
listen, he
If you want for somebody, you can create your own, and then I go over there. Fight with you.
Did he tell me to create a room?
yeah,
It's too early in the morning, man. We not finna do that. We ain't coming for Miss Deborah because I got the patience. I already told you I'm frustrated. Don't play with me, Gray.
this is too funny. Well, this is the thing. I my whole thing is this. People want a good life. They want to be heard, they want to be understood. And the way to do that is to foster a space where people can share these things, right? And that's why there's no arguing in my space, because you don't learn from arguing necessarily. And you don't learn from debating either, because it's just circular. It just goes around and around and around. And you're left feeling more frustrated without an actual outlet. And that's not what life is. I can hear you, handsome. I know I'm coming to feed you. I know it is 6 o'clock. I know, baby. I know. And he's like, so what we doing? Listen, my rule is
Angela.
yes.
Angela, I think maybe one of the weakest thing in your chart, in our family chart, is I can't learn any the curling way.
Oh, say it again. Say it again, Ray. Can you say that again? Because you
the weakness in the room is I cannot learn some bad words from here.
You can't learn bad words.
Yeah, but in other room, right now I'm so fluent. over, I mean, using this kind of bar words over there, you know.
Ray, I cannot with you. Ray says he can't learn bad words from my room. Oh Lord, have mercy, Miss McQueen.
Well, maybe I can help with that.
No, we ain't gonna be cussing up in here today.
I think it's
Just
good to keep things like this, you know, because in Ireland I always heard the and I always practicing such kind of F-bomb words over there, you know.
I hear
well,
you.
maybe it has to do with intention. Angela doesn't open the room, I don't believe, with the intention of having arguments. She comes, if you are having conversations with people for the purpose of teaching and learning and sharing, that's your intention. That's going to be the result. But if you are just like she's just talking about what you are within, if you've already got all of that negativity within you, you're just going to find a space that's going to attract more of the same, and then you guys are is in there together just dropping all kind of stuff. So I
Exactly.
get it.
That's what makes the what you say is making entrance very good.
Well, thank you, Ray. Thank you. See, isn't that a beautiful note to end the morning on for our space this morning? Because we're still on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. We're still here, we're still live. So, to each and every one of you, I want to say thank you for giving me your time. Like, you just show up every day, and so I say thank you for that. And I appreciate it very, very much. And I love you for it. And the best thing is always to practice. Why is fan base swirling for me? Fan base, I'm in the matrix. But it's so.
This is kind of educational room.
Yes, it is.
Other than just, I mean, people over there just, I mean, just spread the anger, spread the temper, something like that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, everybody learn the knowledge over there, right?
No, I hear you. It's -11, Miss McQueen. Just so you're aware. -11.
It's done to Miss Queen. Miss Queen, what do you want to say something here, Miss Queen? Why? You get cold? I think Florida is so warm right now.
I sent her some of my cold weather. Sherry sure alike, I suppose. But yeah.
What's the temperature in your city?
You mean Miss McQueen?
No, you.
-11.
Yours. -11?
-11 degrees Celsius. Yes.
You cool.
It's cold, Ray. It is cold up in here. Okay, it is cold, sir.
Do I need to tell you it's almost 90 degrees out here?
Oh, can I come to your house?
Okay, I understand. Yeah, but I tell you what, it may be cold, but I bet it's.
Yeah.
You know what? It is lovely, but the cold does wreak havoc because I'm in a little bit of pain right now because cold on the interior. Oh, this is why I keep telling people don't leave the house inadequately dressed. Because a lot of people come in and they're talking about, but I'm in pain. And I'm like, yeah, because you've got cold trapped between the holy, like it's the muscles and the skin. And that is one of the most painful things so I got to take my hot water bottle to work with me this morning because it is cold. And yeah, I've got to do that. I've got to take my hot water bottle.
Well, one thing is, even if the weather is still cold, but your time is changed to, I mean, the spring time right now. Right?
Yeah, the time they did move the clocks forward. They did, but I don't know who they trying to fool. I don't know who they're trying to fool.
Yesterday, I asked the question is, do you guys will stay on the, I mean, for the spring time forever? I mean, no need to change the time.
I don't know. I don't know. There was not. I don't know if there's a referendum for it. I have no idea. Because if there is, I will definitely vote.
Referendum? But BC is already still on the, on the one time yours over there.
Yes, BC is on one time, Saskatchewan is on one time, but Alberta and the rest of the country, we move the clock all the time, and I just can't take it. It's foolishness. I gotta wear a cardigan today.
That's not rational, you know. The winter is still cold, but right now is the summertime, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you, baby. I gotta find my belt because I gotta put my cardigan on. Well, y'all, your girl is gonna go because I gotta start the car and scrape it.
Yeah,
because
happy birthday. Have a great day.
thank you, Ray Ray. I see you, Melly Mel, in the house. Now remember,
Let's have a great day too.
yeah, she here
And
giving me
Deborah
these
too.
emojis. She's giving me her celebration emojis. Anything's better than that vomit emoji, Miss McQueen.
But you know, that's why I say Miss Queen, it looks like a little bit mysterious, you know. He never opened his room, you know, he keep everything in private, something like that.
Well, opening a room sometimes can be a little risky because you just never know who you're going to get. Because, sometimes that's what happens.
Maybe he's in honeymoon. That's the reason.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my, Ray Ray. Well, y'all.
I'm just kidding.
That's a queen.
It's difficult or challenging to hear your voice. It's true.
You guys are awesome. Anyway, remember, check it out, positivelyangela.com, okay? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And I'm gonna finish. I gotta comb my hair and start the car and feed the chickens. I gotta do that in 15 minutes. So, yeah, so I can get on the road and take my time to drive myself to work. I'm missing the queen. I just love you.
Are you living in West Coast or East Coast?
West Coast,
Ooh, she on
California.
the West Coast.
Oh, California, the weather should be nice. I mean, in all seasons.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. It's about it's going to be 90 in the valleys today, I believe it is, but it's been pretty hot.
I'm out here saying California, but I gotta remember I'm not just on fan base. All right, y'all. Peace out, YouTube and Facebook. I love you. Beloved love trolls, send me a note. Okay, we gotta connect. Okay, like I keep saying that, and then these books aren't gonna record themselves.
I hope Angela isn't over there talking on mute.
Well, no, I was just saying bye to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. So it's all good though. I will catch all y'all later. I'll be here 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what we're talking about tomorrow.
Surety. Angela will be on.
Of course. You gotta go. You gotta go with what you know, right?
One thing we know for sure: Angela will be on tomorrow.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I hope you have a lovely day, Angela, and you enjoy your birthday.
Why, thank you. It'll be.
Why you will be off tomorrow?
No, I'm working. Ray, I'm working.
Yeah, but Deborah say you will be off tomorrow. You will be not on your
No. I am on tomorrow. I'm on. Okay. I'll be here at the crack of dawn.
It's my misunderstanding.
It's all good. I'll be here at the crack of dawn. Yeah.
Did they get rid of some emojis?
More than likely.
I don't even see a thumbs up.
They got rid of emojis, but they have not paid. You know what, Angela? Hush your mouth. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. All right.
You just about to wake it up. Wake it up.
No. I can't.
I'm not on here that often, so I didn't realize they had taken some emojis, some basic emojis off.
That is correct.
Yeah, they quote unquote updated, and that we got a totally new regime of emojis. Welcome back. I guess.
They're pretty worthless.
Oh,
Right.
oh, snap. Oh, snap. I haven't updated, so I don't know what I've got here yet. But anywho, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I love you, and I'll see you on the morrow. Beloved Love Troll, I look forward to hearing from you and connecting with you, darling. Okie dokie. Yes, my darling. And remember to watch. There'll be a workshop, a hot seat workshop coming up, because what better way than to live in the moment, right? That is coming up either April or May. I have not decided, but it's coming up. Okay. And it's not going to break the bank, y'all. It's always going to be affordable. Always. So I will see y'all's later. I'm going to get on down the road and check for my Charlie and see what treats he's bringing me today. Because Charlie is just lovely. He got me a waffle iron last time. I wonder what Charlie will get me today. Yeah. Anywho, I love you. Peace out, YouTube and Facebook. Peace out. PositivelyAngela.com.